Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am finally back with this video, locks with bangs, faux locks with bangs. And I know this video has been long in coming, so if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. If you're not, thanks for finding the video, and I hope you get to the end of it. So this hairstyle has been in demand, and you all know I love to have bangs even if I'm wearing a wig. So let's just get straight into the video. For the style, I wanted to do knotless braids before I do my locks, which is basically how you do it if you want to do it the old school way. So my mom helped me part the back of my head. Like, we didn't really take it that seriously because I was gonna put locks over it anyway, and then I braided bits of it, or we braided bits of it, so it does not get to the end. And the front part of my hair is what I'm going to use to make the bangs. So the hair I'm working with is your usual marley kinky hair that you use to make your twist or anything like that. So because I wasn't sure how much of the hair I would be using, I decided to just start with one strand each. And as you can see in the back, I'm just basically wrapping the kinky or marley strand of hair all around the box braid that I've done. Not really box braid, but like the knotless braids that I've done. And I didn't focus too much on the scalp or like the lines. I wanted to have a slightly messy look and make it look a tad bit natural. So basically that is what I do for the entire head. But then what I did was I wrapped only to the midpoint of my hair. I didn't want to go all the way to the end because I don't want to run out of wrapping hair, and then I want to have enough to furnish the other part, the rest of my head, and I'll have like half box braids and half locks. So you can see the difference. I'm not going all the way to the end, and I've left the braiding hair out. So I went off camera to finish the back sides of it, and then I just have the front side that you're seeing, and then the left side of my profile. Also, with this hairstyle, since you're going to tuck your hair away, you don't need to have your natural hair straightened. You just need to have it braidable, washed, cleaned, and braidable in the same. You can still do this hairstyle if your hair is in its natural coiled state. You just need to find someone who can do it properly for you, aka me. Also, if you notice, the back of my neck area still seems to have a bit of hair over there. That's because it's pretty coily, and I am gonna have to shave it after. So the hair that I'm holding right now is a softer version of the lock kind of hair, and that is what you use when you want to do, like, you know, a box braid but like messy, so you'd add both. So it's basically also kinky but like very soft, and I decided to use that one for the front part of my hair so that it gives it an almost butterfly locks kind of look, instead of just a straight lock. And I tried to also make the others loose as well. Remember that when you're wrapping the hair, you're not basically tying your hair up, you're wrapping the lock hair, the hair you're using to lock your hair, as loose, or should I say as flat as possible, so that you can use the hair to the maximum amounts that you have. So you're locking it or you're wrapping it, but you're not really being super tight. You're not making ropes. You're just laying one onto the other and working your way down. Yeah, and that is what I'm doing. So I used the softer version for the front of the hair. You can see it's locking, and it's got a slightly messy, deliberate messy butterfly kind of locks look, and that is what I was going for. So I'm just gonna leave you to watch, and then we'll be back. So we changed positions. We are still wrapping over here, I'm doing my best to show you. We still have the front part to do and we still have some ends to do, and you can tell from my eyes and my demeanor this woman was really tired, but we persevere. As Rasputia said, beauty takes time.
Stop rushing me. Beauty takes time. This don't just happen.
Okay, beauty does take time, and we live for these moments. It's worth the wait and it's worth the pain. Okay, so we are about done with the long parts of the braid. At this point I've completed one side of the ends. Some of the backs have the ends completed. I think we've got just one side on my left side, like the left side of my face, so you can see it's like all over. Some are completed, some are not, and I'm still trying to complete some. So now that I have got a good scope of how much hair I'm going to use for the rest of the ends of the hair, I am going to go forward to complete the ends, and each strand took about 1 to 1.5 of the wrapping braid, or like the wrapping hair. And yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead, wrap while jamming to some music, which obviously I cannot leave in the sound for you. And this is basically what I did until I completed everything. And when it gets too long, you do what you're supposed to do. You're going to put it in your mouth. I don't know, something, but you're going to have to improvise, okay? Because it's just you working. And sometimes when you get to the very end of it, you want to undo the wrapping hair, so you take smaller strands or like smaller chunks of the wrapping hair so that it gets slimmer as you go to the end, because I don't want to burn the ends of the hair. So yeah. So the one I'm working on now, I'm just gonna finish the rest of it off camera, and now it's finally time for the agenda of the day, the bangs. So you can tell this was the state of my hair. I did stretch it with a threading method, but that was about it. There's no blowout or anything that happened. So this section that I have parted, I'm not going to make that into bangs. I'm gonna tuck that one away, and then when I'm done with the front part, you can see how they're all in line, because that part of the section I made was lopsided and it wasn't, you know, properly aligned for the bangs. So we're just gonna twist that and tuck it away, and now you can see both sides are equal, and we're gonna start with the bangs. So for the bang, what you do with the banging what you do is you are going to take the strands of the hair. I'm still using the softer version of the hair, which is closer to like a butterfly lock look, and you're just going to fold your hair. You could either braid your hair and then fold it later to wrap around, but I did not have time and I really just wanted to sleep, so I decided to fold the hair and my natural hair, and then you're going to take your threading or your wrapping hair and then just fold that one alongside and just wrap it all the way down until the hair finishes, which is why you have to kind of like gauge how much hair you think you're gonna need for the right length. That way you're not cutting and burning, because I really didn't want to have anything burnt on my forehead, okay? And yeah, so basically this is the method you're going to use for the front part of the hair, and you're doing it towards your forehead. And for a little bit of transparency here, this is what the first front looks like, and I think I had to redo 2 to 3 strands eventually, but I realized that the hair I parted for the front was more than I thought, so I decided to divide it into 2. You can just use one line of hair for your own. You don't have to divide that into 2 as well, but my hair is very thick, so I decided to do 2 sections of the hair, like 2 lines or 2 rows basically, and you're just going to repeat the same method. So I'm just parting my hair. Don't forget your shining jam, it helps give you slightly straighter lines than you would have, and we're just doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah, and this is basically how it would go for you. If you have any questions, don't forget to let me know in the comments section as well. So yes, this is what we did, and after that we're going to do the other strand, and that honestly is how the style is done. Again, for transparency, I had to redo some of it. You can tell there's a bit of struggle here because I used a bigger chunk of the wrapping hair than I expected for it to turn out. So yes, I think at a point I had to undo that one specifically. But yeah, if you don't want to burn it, the wrapping hair itself already sticks, so you would just do that and then rub it in your arms, like, or your palm. Yeah, your palm, Bobrisky, your palm, like I was doing earlier, and that'll be it. And yeah, that is about what you have there. And thankfully we were able to finish it. You can see it looks really neat. It looks like the locks are coming right out of my scalp. I just did a few bit of cutting here and there. I'm not burning anything, we're not putting it in water. You can see it looks really nice in the back. The lines are still clear. Yeah, I just used the lighter to just, you know, kind of like burn any hair that's like standing out, trying to be an outlier. And I'm just gonna tie the hair just so the front part can lay flat by the time I wake up. Now I didn't get the time to style this until like a week later, so you're gonna see that after a week it's still looking good. That's what you're gonna see in the final video. And yeah, here we are back. Somehow a week later I'm still wearing the same top, but yeah, and you can tell I redid some parts of the front part, which is why they're slightly smaller, which honestly works better for me because I have a slightly small face. I can't have too much hair on my forehead. My face vanishes. And this is how it turned out. So I am so glad with the way the hair turned out. Please like, share this video, do not let it flop, okay? And yeah, I'll be coming out with more videos on how you can style this differently because it's actually very versatile. So yeah, I'll be back with another video. Till then, it's adios for now and take care. Bye.